Previously on Brickitect.
I got something in the mail today that's a back order item.
I just had to. It's the Lamborghini Countach, and it is gorgeous. I needed this set in my life, and now I have it.
I think we're going to make this our next build. I know there's probably a few people watching right now that feel like the Countach has jumped the line, so to speak, where it should have to do its time and wait its turn to get built because there are other beautiful Lego sets in the Storage Room Doom, and there are, but when you look like this, you get certain advantages when it comes to the Brickitect Lego collection, and you know, I hate to say it, but it won me over, and I haven't even built it yet, so let's open this up. This is getting out of hand. Let's open it up from the left side, of course, because that's how you properly open a Lego set, and let's see just how much is going on here. This is 1,506 pieces, and it definitely feels like it. We have the manual in the cardboard sleeve, which I appreciate so much. For so long, the folded manuals were the bane of my existence. And in this case, not at all. Oh my gosh. Are you seeing this manual? That is awesome. Are there any stickers with this that I need to know about? Let's just verify that there are none. You can see why I built the camera yesterday instead of this. This is definitely not a one-day build. Let's just go through here and, oh my gosh. If you were a kid back when I was a kid, this was a super popular car to have a poster of on your wall or to have it in Hot Wheels. And now to have it in Lego, that's crazy. Like, life goals right there for that guy. But here is, oh, they don't even show like what each part builds. We just go right into bag one. How many bags are there? I was hoping to be able to see all that, but you can kind of get a gist of what this is going to be like. I do enjoy building these cars. Like, to me, you know, obviously a little bit easier than Technic. I think personally, and this could just be me, I feel like these cars turn out a lot nicer than what the Technic ones do. I do appreciate the interiors. Like, let me take you on a tour over here. Like, let's talk about the Bugatti, for example, who happens to have the butthole tiger above it. Don't worry about that. I feel like this car is cool, but it doesn't quite match what they can do with regular bricks. Sorry, Technic-detectors, but I mean, look at the inside of that. There's no windshield. I mean, this has it all. I do appreciate the internals of that. And I do have another one to build in the backlog that should be getting built before this. It's another Lamborghini. It's the green one. I'm going to do that a week-by-week thing, but this is going to be one that I crank out as a solo build. Clarkman, it's like, this is definitely not one that we would build together. So I was thinking, why don't I just jump in and build a couple bags of this today, get it started. I'll sort out the bags here and we'll see what we got. And then I'll come up with a game plan on how far we need to make it and if we can get this done like before Christmas break. What is this? Oh, that's the windshield. Tinted too. That's pretty cool. I feel like I bought a very expensive one of these for the Ferrari. I feel like that was a thing. After a little bit of finagling, there are all of the bags. And to be honest with you, this does not seem nearly as overwhelming as the Lego castle that we just took on. Like, everything after that is a piece of cake. So there's bag one, and it goes all the way down through the entire listing, all the way to 11. I think I'm going to live stream a little bit of it, where we can just chat and hang out while I slowly crank this thing out. Got it all set up. Got about 10 minutes until I'm supposed to start to get everything all set up. So let's unbag bag one and see what we're getting into. Probably shouldn't have talked so much smack about Technic because this does have some of it in there, but it's just the internals. This is just the undercarriage, so to speak. So there's bag one. Nothing really screaming Countach there, but as you go through, you can start to see more of the external pieces come on, and then by the end, it'll look like that, and that's a part of the fun, seeing the journey along the way, and that's what I invite you to join me on if you're in the live stream. If not, you can go back and watch it, but we're going to crank out at least one bag, maybe two, with the goal of having this whole thing built by the time Clarkman's done with school 1 week from today. So we've got a week to get through 11 bags. Easy peasy. I can do this along with all my other stuff, and we'll have a lot of fun in the process. Just ended the stream, went really well, as did the first 2 bags of the Countach. And here's the little bit of the interior coming in. We got the shifter, we've got the radio. A little bit of the interior you can see is that dark red color. Very little seen on the front there, but that's what color the inside is. A little bit of the bottom of the door sill and things going in there as well. But not much to be seen, as I mentioned. I'm not going to wow anyone for this build with the first bag or two. There's a little bit of some Technic rubber band action happening here, which I think is going to be for the doors, because these doors actually like scissor up like that as opposed to open like a normal car door would, which is kind of the charm of these vehicles. But that's what it looks like after 2 bags. And if my math serves me correctly, if I continue doing that for 5 separate sessions with 1 to grow on, this will be a completed set. And I'm excited for that, as you could probably tell from this video. So stay tuned. We got a lot more LEGO Countach building action coming as I work my way through this set and really thoroughly enjoy this solo build, along with a little bit of live streaming kicker. Lots of fun. So there you go, 2 bags done on a Friday afternoon. We've now warped ahead 3 days, and I got to give you an update on what Clark and I worked on this whole weekend. Can you tell what this is going to be? If you guessed the Tuxedo Cat, aka the UCS Mellow Cat build, you're right. We have a few bags left of this, so this is kind of happening in process of me also working on the Countach. And I am no further ahead than where I was Friday afternoon when I left off, but we got bags 3 and 4 here. I've got a live stream scheduled. It seems like we're gonna make some progress here and slowly but surely get closer to this butte. So let's get into it and I'll show you what we add on today. The Countach has never looked so beautiful. At least the interior, it's probably the first thing you notice are those seats that went in. Little sideways building technique action, and those look fantastic. Also, something that turned out really well, we've got working steering, and the way that works, there's actually a steering wheel here with the Lamborghini logo on it. That's a printed circular tile, and then that actually, you just go like that, that turns the front wheels. Will I ever use that to turn them? Probably not, but it's cool that it works that way. And I got a little bit of Technic in today. Got some Technic out of my system. So that's what it looks like there. Nothing really happened in the back. It was just kind of an interior and front steering day. That took me about 45 minutes. Of course, chatting and doing it up. Tomorrow I'm going to come back and it's going to be a good one because we're putting the engine in there, and that's going to be pretty neat, as are the doors. So we get to see what they're like too. On that note, I'll be right back in 1 second for you, but tomorrow for me. Welcome to day 3 of the Countach build. In today's session, we're going to be adding doors in bag 5, and then bag 6, that's the engine. So this thing's going to look a lot different when I see you after the stream. Should be a little more going on back there. So I'm going to go live, build this up, and I'll be right back to show you just how much better or more complete the Countach looks. 2 bags later, and there it is. We've got doors which go up like that and look nice. That's the same on both sides. Little scissor action there. It doesn't stay up on its own, like you have to do that manually. I don't know if that's going to change over time. I think that's just the way it is. Maybe. But what's that for there? Maybe this will be something that... I'm trying to figure that out. Maybe it'll come to me as I continue this build. That's kind of the fun of LEGO. I was talking about that in the stream, where it's like, sometimes you're just building something. Like the whips, for example, that are in here, and I'm just like, where are those whips going to go? Let me show you. As we close our door, and I show you the engine back here. That engine looks so cool, the way that it is. And then the whips are like the plugs that are going in, or the lines that go around it. And it's just really neat. So there's the back of it, looking a heck of a lot better than where we started today. Interior unchanged, front unchanged, but we do have doors, and they go up. And I just think that's awesome. So there you go. And they actually, they stay up easily and nicely too. Maybe, I don't know what's going on here. How? I don't think that has anything to do with it. Or does it? I don't know. We'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to build 2 more bags, maybe more, and we'll figure out exactly what kind of magic LEGO has in store for us. Let's wrap part 4 of my Countach stream, and I've got to show you this thing because it is coming together. Look at the back end. We've got rear quarter panels, I think is what I'm going with. I was calling them fenders. I'm going to go with quarter panel for that. You already saw the engine yesterday, but you did not see the roof. We've got the dashboard all put in. You really can't even make it to the steering wheel anymore. You can barely even see it under these lighting conditions, which I would say are pretty good. It's kind of hidden away under there. We also have front fenders and quarter panels I'm gonna have to look up the definition of what a quarter panel and a fender is. I feel like they're both here though. And then we also got a little front fascia thing there with the printed Lamborghini logo on there. That is not a sticker, thankfully. That is a print. And we got a little more of this area put in here too, which looks pretty darn good. And the car, as you can tell, is really starting to come together. We actually have some body panels on this. It's no longer just a base, a blob. It's now looking like a Countach. And we're not far away from actually finishing this up. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to come back and do 2 more bags, which will take us through bag 9 and 10. And it's mostly going to look like that, but we have 1 bag left after that. So the next time that we jump into this, tomorrow, this car is going to be done, and I am just so looking forward to seeing what this looks like, because it's already looking great. Like, I think we can all agree. Well, maybe not so much there, but what's the best angle? Maybe like right there. If you just look there, the car looks awesome, especially if we get some decent lighting on it. We could do those things around here. That's what the Countach is looking like. And I've been having fun live streaming this, chatting about stuff, and just building it up. It's been a great time, and I'm excited for the conclusion of it tomorrow for the Lamborghini Countach build. It's a beauty. Oh, also, I got to show you this too. I was kind of loving this when I was wrapping the stream up. I was just playing around with this, and the door, like, slides down. It's not just a hinge. It was just a hinge, but now it kind of needs to move a little bit, and you can see how it's moving there, how that comes in. It kind of, it's awesome. So see how far over that is? You're like, what? And then it just fits in there perfectly. LEGO, these designers, they're so amazing. I'm impressed. I always am. I wish I could do something like this. Life goals, building a Countach. It's officially the finale on the Lamborghini Countach build. I have a total of 3 bags left to go. We've got 9, 10, 11. We've got a whole bunch of tires. If you're wondering why there's more than 4, it's because the back of the car actually has 2 tires side by side, which is kind of interesting. We got a windshield, and we've got a, I want to say mostly built Countach, but by the next time you see me, it's going to be a complete Countach, and I'm going to be probably just marveling at it even more than what I have already. I was going to show you all the parts that are going to go on this, but it's pretty much everything that you don't see here. If it's not here now, it will be once all these bags are done. So I'm going to live stream this build, and I'll be back to show you, I guess, the final bag, because I'm doing 2 bags live. Final bag, that's just for us, just for me and you. I just finished the live stream, and here's what the Countach looks like with 1 bag left. The front end of it is complete and looking just amazing. I know we're not entirely done yet, but just let me take a moment to show this off to you and how awesome that squared off front end looks. We got the hood on there. As I mentioned before, that is a printed tile, which is a thing of beauty, as are these headlights. And the slopes and the curves coming around on this look so darn good. We got a little bit of the back end too. Taillights are going in. We got the Countach logos on there, both printed, all 3 of them printed. I just noticed that these probably need to come up like that, but we've got tailpipes. And now with the final bag, I'm assuming we're just going to be building this last little part here and putting some wheels and tires on. So let's do that. This is going to be a surprise for all the people that didn't make it to the streams, because I snaked them. I cut them off right there. But we're going to finish this car up, and oh my gosh, I'm in love with it already. It doesn't even take another bag. I'd be good with it just like this, but we can't stop now. We got to finish this thing, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and do this last unbagging. You missed out on most of these because I was streaming at the time, and I do think maybe the stream took some of the thunder away from this video, but if you're feeling really bored, like if you just have nothing to do with your life for the next 5 hours, you can watch me essentially build this entire car up to this point. I'll put a link to the playlist down below if YouTube allows such things. But here is the finale of the build, and really cool to see 6 rims in there. How about that? I'm going to cut away again for the last time, and when I come back, all these pieces will be on the car, and it'll be looking as amazing as I've hyped it up to be, hopefully. One more side view mirror to put on, and there it is. The finished Countach. Front looking very similar to like it was before, but look at the back. Dude, that looks crazy good. Look at that wing. Oh my gosh. So the last bag of this was basically me just building like these 2 side pieces here, which are pretty wild looking as they stick up. And then under here, you can pick this up, and then you can see the engine in there in proper lighting. That's about all you can access though, because Once that's closed up, you can't get to the steering anymore. The wheels still turn, which, speaking of wheels and tires, that's one thing that's kind of triggering a little bit. The back end of this, there's 2 tires there. They're kind of forced into that because LEGO doesn't make tires that are wide enough to fit the back of the Countach, but you can see what the front tires look like there. And then the back ones are just like, speaking of that, the rims, and I had to double check this, these ones go in like that. So there's like a deep dish in the back of the rim there. And then the front one, as far as I know, goes on the other way. Like these are on opposite. So it's a very weird setup with the tires and rims where there's actually 6 tires on this and the rims are facing 2 different ways. That is not common for LEGO vehicles, but this isn't just a common vehicle. This is a Countach, and my goodness, that thing looks incredible. From the front end, I just can't get over how good that looks with that squared off nose and the way that goes back, and then the doors. I think I might have showed this. This happened over several days for me, but just one video for you. The doors go up. I guess you can't access the steering wheel. You can turn that from in there. You can try, at least. It's probably easier to do it from out here, though. So those wheels do turn, and the steering wheel does too. The tinted windshield makes it very difficult to see anything that's inside there, but it does look kind of sick with the doors up on both sides like this. I just think that looks really awesome. And I just love this car. It's so cool. I'm not regretting my expense at all. $180 to buy this. It might be overpriced for some people's taste, but I really enjoy building these. I got many hours of live streaming that I got to hang out with people and chat about random stuff, show off my incredible building skills, aka messing up constantly, having parts left over. It just comes with the territory, but there is the Countach and what it looks like. Let me get a shot overhead. I just want to show you just how wide this thing is. Holy smokes. That is crazy. But I love the way it looks. I'm very curious, though. One of my most recent builds that I've done like this that I was really proud of was the Ferrari. And I'm kind of curious to see how this stacks up along with that one. I feel like the Ferrari is going to look like a little baby beside it. But hey, there's Hulk in there. Who did that? Why is the Incredible Hulk driving my Ferrari? Also, please ignore all the dust on this, if you don't mind. Here's the 2 cars side by side. Yeah, this looks like a grown-up car. This looks kind of like a baby car. In terms of width, this one's got it by a long shot. That's what they look like side by side if you're thinking about getting into these. Does not come with the Incredible Hulk driver, unfortunately. It definitely would make the set a little better, I feel like. But the Ferrari F40, the Lamborghini Countach side by side, both have pretty excellent wings, but the Countach once again takes that too. Here's what the width looks like above. Oh my gosh, am I falling in love with LEGO vehicles? I just can't. I love these, man. And I love this car. That is so freaking awesome. We're actually talking about the other day how sometimes enthusiasm can be contagious, and I should probably consider putting a viewer discretion warning on my videos because I love this car and you might end up not even having this on your radar, and now all of a sudden you're like, well, maybe I would like to build a Countach, and I would recommend it. I mean, I'm a little biased because I do love these cars. I've got a whole collection of them, but this one, it might be my favorite. Let's go look at the fleet and we'll make that decision right now. We've got a little bit of a lineup going on down here. We've got the Volkswagens, we've got the Fiat, the Mustang, we've got a Mini Cooper, we got the Caterham, we've got a Harley, we've got a Vespa, and this thing I stole some parts for the popcorn cart. I need the tires from it. We also have the truck there too. I think the Lambo might have done it. The Lambo is my favorite one. Although that motorcycle's pretty sick. How about you tell me, what is your favorite LEGO model of this scale? Which one do you love the most? Did the Lambo take the spot, or is there another vehicle, maybe one I don't even have, that I need to have in my life that I'm missing out on? Because I did skip the Camaro and the Corvette. I don't have those ones. I considered getting them, and I might. But this thing, like once I got this, I was just like, yep, need that in my life. And at this point, I have no regrets because it's just as beautiful as I imagined it would be. The Countach, everyone. That's set number 10337. 1,506 pieces. Built 10 bags on live stream, 1 bag on my own, and I celebrated every step of the way and marveled at this thing after every single bag and seeing it complete. I love it even more than I could have imagined. So there you go. That's my build. That's my experience. I hope you enjoyed. If you watch the streams or if you just watch this, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next LEGO vehicle build.